Okay, we have a new products I just got in the mail. I ordered 3 of these. They're pretty much a full cut. I got the medium blue, and then the white, and then the pink. And it's pretty much semi see-through. These are a cut that's more like for underwear. They're not a high cut. They're not a low cut. They're just kind of a medium cut for underwear. And I bought these at Fun Plastic, Fun and then plastic.de in Germany. And they were very quick at making them and sending them out, mailing them to you. I didn't have any problem at all. I went and picked them up at the post office. So I ordered about $400 worth of stuff from them, and it came within weeks. I was so shocked. I figured it'd take a couple months, and I didn't know how taxes and all that would work, but it was pretty simple. So if you want to go to Fun Plastic, you could order. These are called Pelgum PVC. So they're just a little bit different feeling from the Pelgum that's in New Line, Leipzig, Germany. They feel just a little bit thicker in quality, and they just feel different. They're not as rubbery feeling as so far between these and New Line. I would say that they're probably the best, finest plastic pants you could buy. I really like the Pelgum because it's soft. These are sewn, machine sewn. You can see they have a wider band on them. But ultimately, what I wanted to show you is that I also ordered in about 5 different materials, with 2 meters of each kind of color. So ultimately, I want to be able to put ruffles and hearts on these. Pretty much destroy them. But this is kind of what it'll look like a little bit. These don't have the hearts on them, but this is a clear pair of plastic pants. It's got a nice bow on it, and you can see how I use a ruler to stretch it straight out. And you cut them in all these strips. See, I have all these strips here I made. There's all different size strips. I got 2-inch wide ones. So the wider ones, what I do is you could put them on there, pick out your color, put them on there, and do a skinnier color. Say if you want something like that on the inside. So you can make this a little bit skinnier too if you want, to show more of the pink. But you can do doubles on them. So that's what I was planning on doing, is making doubles. So I cut a whole bunch of strips. Here's my pile of strips that I made. And this is not even part of the 2 meters. It's only one fraction of it. So 2 meters is like 3 feet by 3 feet square. So I got 6 feet by 6 feet square. That's a lot of product. I could use that in a lot of strips, a lot of hearts. And here's how I draw these out now. I just cut out pieces of cardboard, and you make your hearts, any kind of hearts you want. You can make any shape you want too, stars or anything, but I just feel like hearts are the best for me. They're easy to sew and everything. So you just draw them out. So you lay a big piece of Pelgum plastic out, and you draw the heart. You set it on top of there, and you draw it out with a black marker. And then you have to sit here for hours and cut them all out, every piece. Cut every one of them out. So that's what they're going to look like, ultimately. You can do different colors. There's different colors you could do. I'm just throwing them on there right now just to kind of show you, But you can do colors on the front or the back. And then you take your wooden circle and you put them on there, and then you have to hand sew every one of these on there. And hand sew everything all on. So that's why it's not easy. It takes time. But if you know you got a good Netflix movie, you could probably get about two of them done in one day. You know, in about 6 or 8 hours. You know, just the sewing part of it. And I would say put all the hearts on first, really, and then do the edging, because this kind of gets in your way too of you know, trying to sew. So I just did that one the opposite. But ultimately, that's what I'll do with these 3 pair here. They'll be really dialed up. So I'll make a video when I'm all done with them, but it's gonna take me a couple weeks to get them ready. But I should have ordered more of these. I should have got like as many as I can afford. I wish I would have got like at least 10 pair of each color. And they have a lot of different colors too, but I kind of look for certain themes, you know, the pastel color stuff. And I got this one from a different seller. But I look for shiny stuff that you put on there, so you can see that's pretty shiny. So that's Pelgum plastic. These are I can't remember. Oh, I got these on Amazon. They weren't cheap. They were like $38, $40 for those. And they came with black band and everything on them. 3X, 3XL. Because they don't look that big. They look more like a 2X. But if you don't want to wear tight pants, you probably want at least a step or two up. So if you're a medium, you probably want to order a large or extra large. That way you got room to move around. You know, some people like them really tight. I mean, if you're out working or something, you probably want them really tight on you. But if you're just lounging around the house, you probably want something loose. But this is a little project that I've been working on right here, just to show you the strips and the colors and kind of the process. But it takes a while. So first you got to design all your little cardboard things that you want to use. Get some needles and threads. Then you got to draw all your cardboard things out and cut them all individually. Once you cut them all individually, then you got to cut in between the lines with a pair of scissors, so that way they look like this, so there's no black on them. And then you can pick out any different size. So you can see I got 2 or 3 different sizes. And then you can mix and match them. Then you got to line them all up and figure out what you want to do, where you want to put them all. So right now the best thing to do is to put them on there and sew them on, you know, before you get all the bindings on. That way they're not in your way then, you know. Oh yeah, this color here, they don't even make that no more. So that's the last of all I got of that color. But that was from PVC. Like, you know, some of the colors are getting kind of hard to find, you know, the colors that I like, because they don't make it no more. So then you have to order them. So if you don't have all the colors to do what you need to do, then you got to wait on ordering the material. But if you order at least 1 or 2 yards of it, then you know you got enough to last you for another year or two to, you know, make another 50 or 100 pair of pants, you know, the way you want. But you're going to use it up a lot more now, because you're doing the bindings too now. You're doing strips instead of not just the hearts. And then if you do a double layer of this, so you could even do a wider band with a different color and then the smaller band over top of it, put them both together and just sew them straight on. Then when you take the stick out, it gives you that crunch look. So they're pretty easy to sew. But you got to make the skinny ones and the thick ones. So the skinnier ones, like this size here, is going to be in the center. That's about a inch and a half. And then if you want to put them over a 3-inch, so you got to pick out the right colors though. So I got all different sets of, that's about a 3-inch. So you can put a nice white over that, and that'll look really nice, you know, over top of that color. But you want to kind of mix and match them so they all uniform in the colors, the pastel colors they'll look. This is a new project I've been working on, so it'll be a couple weeks before it's done. They're quite unusual. They're one of a kind. None will be the same. But I still have at least 100 different pair that have nothing on them yet, of different kinds from different companies that I have to design too. So I thought I'd at least start off with these most expensive ones and give it my all on those. So happy Valentine's Day.